On First News at 5, you saw this chart from 27 Investigates, the 20 metro areas closest in population to the Mahoning Valley. Reporter James Santelli did the research and discovered that Uber has expanded into every single one. Every market that's the same size as our market has either Uber or Lyft, but Youngstown does not. The state of Ohio passed a ride-sharing law in December that Uber said was positive for its business.
In fact, Uber also told 27 Investigate it considers supply and demand before moving to new markets. So are we losing out? 27 Investigates reporter James Santelli has been looking to see where that demand could be in the valley. He's live downtown with part 2 of his story.
And Dave and Erica, in fact, those 20 cities you just showed on the chart, Uber has gone into them in just the past 2 years. They're expanding quick. And if there's one spot here that there could be demand here in the valley, it's right here on Federal Street in downtown Youngstown, right by the Federal Bar, right by V2, which has valet parking here. And with all these bars and restaurants, it's become a popular place for YSU students and other customers on Friday and Saturday nights. And the man in charge of downtown special events says he can see the demand for ride sharing here.
Uber would probably be successful, at least the drivers would be successful in this area, or same thing with Lyft. But I largely think that their business would happen in the evening to late night hours.
And the people I talked to downtown last Friday night were unanimous.
I would use it tonight.
I live locally and I have my car most of the time, but there's some times where I'd take a ride home.
When, for example?
Like a hard evening out, probably.
Like a Friday night, a Saturday night?
Perhaps, yeah.
Would that be something you're interested in using?
Like how I'm feeling now? Yeah, most definitely, yeah.
At the Federal Bar, I also showed some of the customers my research about Uber and Lyft launching in so many cities like Youngstown.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that they've launched in these places that are about the same size as us, but not here?
Possibly because people are afraid to come downtown Youngstown still. There's still the stigmatism down here, and they wouldn't be aware of it.
Do you buy into that stigma?
No, I do not, because I'm here and I love it here.
Maybe because Youngstown is kind of like a spread out city. It's kind of like Youngstown and it's like suburbs. So I think a lot of this population lives in the suburbs. So the people in the actual city might not be as high as the value on the sheet. So
the closest comparison would be in Pittsburgh. I found this chart from Uber showing the number of requests for rides. Demand spikes on Friday nights and Saturday nights. Another chart shows it more specifically. On Saturday nights in Pittsburgh, when it's 2 a.m. closing time at the bars, people call for rides. Ohio State Highway Patrol told me those numbers match up with when they arrest drivers for OVI.
The higher level arrest for OVI is usually Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of the week.
Sergeant Vail told me OVI rates went down in Mahoning County last year, but he also thinks having Uber and Lyft could reduce drunk driving even more.
Uber's not in the area yet, but I think that would be a great tool for people to use, especially, do the smart thing, do the right thing to do, is have that available. I mean, just plug it in your phone, you have a driver waiting on you. I think that's great.
And in trying to figure out if there would be demand here, I called 4 different cab companies that operate here in Youngstown. 3 of them didn't want to talk to me on camera. A 4th one I scheduled for 3 different on-camera interviews. The person there canceled with me at the last moment, saying that he had ride requests to drive someone. Live tonight in downtown Youngstown, James Santelli, 27 Investigates.
If you have questions about Uber and Lyft, James used to work for those companies. He can answer your questions about what it's like to use the service. Just head to WKBN.com, click on the link, why are Uber and Lyft not in Youngstown?